Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I've been getting a surprising amount of messages on my Instagram, like my DMs, from a bunch of people saying they're interested in journalism, they have questions for me about journalism, all of those types of things, and I was like, what the heck, why are so many people reaching out to me about this? Like, I didn't know it was something that a lot of people, I didn't know it was something that people associated me with, kind of. I don't know. My Instagram, I don't really say that much about it. So I went to my YouTube and I found out that that video that I posted, that was like a day in a life of a journalism student, it was getting a lot of views out of nowhere. And so I feel like I got a lot of new subscribers from that, and which is awesome because I would love to talk about my major and answer your questions. And also I am kind of learning through it, going through college myself, so I'm always getting new tips and experiencing new things. And yeah, I would love to share with you guys what I know about journalism and majoring in journalism. Today I thought it would be a great idea, sorry, let's get to the point. Today I thought it would be a good idea to give you guys my top 5 tips for journalism students. Since I just got a bunch of new journalism followers, I thought it would be good to just give you guys my top 5 tips if you are looking to get into journalism, or it might be your major or something like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So my first tip is to get involved. By this I mean basically anything, honestly, that your school offers, or if you're not in school yet, then just kind of start writing, start somewhere. But you could join your school newspaper. I'm in an organization called Her Campus, which is an online magazine for women that I absolutely love. Just get involved in anything you can. Start getting things published so you have something to put on your resume. If you're in high school, maybe your high school will have a school newspaper or something like that. Or what else? You could even start a blog, and that could be a great writing sample that you can use. Basically, just start writing, start getting your work up on the internet or in a newspaper for your school or whatever, because it will be awesome when you're applying for internships and stuff. And also it's just great practice. So just get involved with anything that your school offers, or if you are not in school or just not in a position, your school doesn't have it or something, start a blog, just start writing random articles, stuff that you're interested in. Or if you're really into reporting, maybe you could start interviewing your friends and your family. I know I used to love doing that when I was little. I would always interview my family, random questions and stuff. So yeah, just get involved in any possible way that you can. My second tip is to get comfortable / build confidence in your journalism abilities. That did not make sense whatsoever. But for me, something I really struggle with is interviewing. It scares the crap out of me, and I'm kind of working on it and pushing past that to the point where it doesn't scare me. I love having the information and creating stories from it, but just the part of going out there and interviewing is something that I'm really struggling with and working on. So I would say practice doing that, get comfortable, push yourself past your limits until you feel comfortable doing those things. Like I said, that's something that I personally struggle with, but if you want to get into a field of journalism or reporting or something, it's kind of important. My teacher was saying, my media writing teacher was saying that you should love interviewing people. It should be something that excites you. And I was just sitting there in my chair I hate it. It's something that I'm really working towards, and hopefully it gets easier for me, because right now it's something that is really hard for me. But yeah, get comfortable interviewing, get comfortable writing, just everything that has to do with creating a story, and build confidence. Negativity is not going to get you anywhere, but if you are positive about it and you're I'm a great journalist, I'm great at interviewing, I can write a great story, then it's gonna take you really far. That's what I had to tell myself my entire internship last summer, because it was my first internship ever. I was so scared, and yeah, I just kind of gave myself false, not false hope. What's the word? Like, fake it until you make it, basically. I just kept telling myself, like, you're a good journalist. You can do this. You can do this. And it's what got me through interviews and stuff when I was terrified. Yeah, terrified out of my mind. So, yeah, just be positive and you will get through it and build confidence and become better. So my third tip, which is like really obvious, I don't have much to say about this, but it is to write often. The more you write, obviously, the better you will become. I'm sure if you are in like school for journalism or college that you will get a lot of practice doing this, but if you're in high school or like you don't really write that often right now, I would just start writing. Like I said, you could start a blog, you could write cool, interesting things. You could even just like start, like, keep a journal every day and every night and just like write about your day, like anything. Just like keep writing no matter what and don't stop. Or even if you're interested in like fiction writing or like novel writing, do that. That is great practice. Anything that will just like keep you writing and keep your mind flowing. You know what I mean? That makes sense? I hope it did. My fourth tip is to be patient. This is huge because writing, I don't know if you guys have ever like written before, but it's hard. Like, it is so hard. I know a lot of people who are in like math and science majors think like, oh, their major's so hard, which like it is. Like, I'm terrible at math. It is hard. But it's anything that's in like English, communication studies, it's hard too. Like, writing is so hard. Writing a good story is extremely hard and it takes so much practice. So my fourth tip, be patient because it takes a long time. Writing is challenging and you constantly have to be working on it and improving it. And yeah, it's so challenging. So you need to be patient and really make sure that you take the time to make sure that your writing is good, that you are not rushing it, which I know like if you're in an internship or maybe you're doing writing for something that's like time sensitive, you're gonna wanna rush it, and don't do that. Like, it's okay to just like write out something quickly. Maybe you don't have time that day or something, but always make sure you go back to it, you're revising it, you're constantly reading over it, have someone else read it. Like, it's a process. Like, writing a story is a process, and you need to have patience, because if you don't have patience and you just want to like write it and get it, like submit it, whatever, it's not gonna be good. Unless you're like amazing and can write a story in like 15 minutes and you're like, it's perfect. I'm not like that. And my fifth tip is just to ask, why am I like talking in my hand so much? My fifth tip is just, to ask for help, because I'm really bad at this. This is another thing I'm not good at. Talk to your professors, talk to your teacher, talk to your aunt who's a journalist, or talk to your cousin's uncle's brother who writes stories. Like, ask for help when you need it, and don't be afraid to do that, because I could probably ask for help more, like especially with my professors. Like, I have all these amazing resources and I'm just not using them. So, but I'm getting better at that. So just make sure that you are always asking for help, because there are people around you who could give you some amazing advice. And yeah, I think that's all I have for my 5 tips. Something I did want to say though is, if you're a journalism student and you have learned some things about journalism, or you have tips of your own, make sure to comment them below, because why not just spread the tips? I'm sure someone can learn from it. I'm sure I can learn from it. I'm always learning. I'm not a perfect journalism student or major. I'm not a perfect writer whatsoever. But yeah, so make sure to leave your comments below, leave any journalism questions, anything about my major that you have for me. And also, yeah, leave your tips if you're also a journalism student and you have some tips that I didn't mention. So, Thor, what are you doing? Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!